So what's up? What's up? We back with another episode of Father's Perspective. I'm A Squared, the writer, with my man, Petty. And Petty, tell the people who you are, man.
What's going on, y'all, man? Aunt Petty over here at Instagram. I have Petty, also Compound Strength and Conditioning, a small gym that we just started over the last year. You can find us at 3405 High Street. So yeah, also husband to the lovely Martinique. But I always say that. Father of 3 kids,
Yeah.
Jada, Mackie, and August.
And also, what's your new title you got, man?
Oh, see, forgot again that quick. Also, I'm a running back coach at Skyline. This is my first year coaching. We just played our first game. We just won. It was a really great experience, especially being able to come back and coach in Oakland. Although I didn't go to Skyline, I went to Fremont. But nonetheless, it's always about helping kids. So to see them succeed and see them be able to come out and execute a game plan, it was really, really fun.
And that ties into what we're talking about, because we moving on to the third type of parenting style, which is permissive. In coaching, it's kind of synonymous with being a parent. And it says here, according to ncbi.gov, that permissive parents tend to be warm, nurturing, and usually have minimal or no expectations. They impose limited rules on their children. Communication remains open, but they allow their children to figure things out for themselves. Low levels of expectation result in rare uses of discipline, and they act more like friends than parents. And these limited rules could lead to children with unhealthy eating habits, increased risk of obesity. They have more freedom to decide their bedtime, doing homework,
all type of shit.
Yeah, it can all types of stuff. And then lastly, it says that they usually have some self-esteem and decent social skills, but they could be impulsive, demanding, selfish, and lack self-regulation. So, like before, what's the pros of this style, if any? What's the pros? What do you think?
Well, one, I think, yes. I mean, of course, if you don't give a kid limits and you don't give them guidance, yeah, of course they're going to be impulsive because they never had boundaries set for them. So they're going to do whatever they want, which can be a very slippery slope. I think personally that, just to say that, to me, it seems really contradictory to say I'm loving and I'm nurturing my child, but I'm also not setting any expectations or any guidelines, and I'm going to let them just figure it out. Yeah. Like that's a really wide range of shit that can happen for a child at any stage of development. If we're talking about, toddlers, and you letting them figure shit out and you giving them forks, they can put them in electric outlets. If they, you know what I mean? Like they 5 to 10 and they in school, you let them figure it out. They talking crazy to their teachers. And as they move into, puberty, it gets even worse. So I don't agree. I'm trying to be objective and think of the pros, and I don't really see one. I feel like there's still a way to have a parenting style that establishes guidelines and establishes expectations, but still gives them that room for that exploration and discovery of self and, environment and shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. I sound like some other shit.
Yeah, I was reading that myself, bro. Like, and it kind of took me back to when I was in high school, middle school, and I would hear the kids saying, like, my parents don't care. I can do what I want. You know what I mean? I do this, I watch that. And it be kind of like, but then later on, you see how their life turned out because of that style. You know what I mean? I remember, I never forget, there was this one dude. Now, for one, dude was a narcoleptic, like he would have seizures, right? Mm-hmm. But then he would tell us, like, oh, my mom don't care. I be in the house drinking and smoking and having girls over. Ooh.
Right.
He ain't doing too well now. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Never at school. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You did see him, he was always drunk or high. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool to be 14 years old, 15 years old with all that kind of freedom. So yeah, like you said, I don't see no pros in that. So like if you watch it, someone is watching this and that's your style, to be like your kid's friend rather than being a parent, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure.
Ultimately, yeah, or
fulfill it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell nobody how to raise their children. So if that's your style, then you probably need to do the same thing. Let's sit down and look at the pros and cons, and then look at how that's working out for your child too. If you have a child, and there are some kids that are have more disciplined because that's just their nature.
Yeah.
So you can get away with it with certain kids. So for instance, like growing up, my pops nobody ever had to tell us to do our homework.
Mm.
Like my sister, me and my sister and my cousins was all raised in my grandmother's house. And my dad worked, my auntie worked, who was my cousin's mom. And so we would go to my grandmother's house. And so by the time we were, I don't know, sixth, seventh, eighth grade, nobody was checking our homework. We
Mm.
had just the work ethic had already been put into us to do that, and this is just what you do.
Yeah.
So it was easier for them. But if you don't have kids, and luckily we were intelligent enough that we could comprehend whatever the work was given to us, and we didn't have any learning disabilities. But let's take a kid who is disciplined, who does have a learning disability, and you're gonna let them figure it out by themselves. So fuck, that sounds stupid as fuck. No, you're not gonna do that. So if that is your parenting style, cool. If that parenting style doesn't work for your kid, you got a problem. You got to fix your parenting style.
Yeah, facts. Well, what I'm saying, that's that. You know what I'm saying? So, next time we sit down, man, we're gonna talk about the last one, uninvolved. I mean, that's self-explanatory. So until then, if you got anything to say, comments, questions, let us know. Always remember, actions speak louder than words as a parent. So always try to set that right example. So till next time, I said we'll be talking to y'all. Be smooth.
Peace.